reality want to see. Remember that. We can do anything we want. There is nothing stopping us but ourselves. What's up, my brother?
My name's Devon, and I live with my grandma. My grandma plants her own food, so it's not GMO, and I'm healthy, so I can keep on growing, and I hope you have the same life as me.
My name is Michelle, and this is my 5-year-old daughter, Shay. She was a little bit shy earlier, didn't want to talk herself, but she's up here to represent a message for us all. I actually suffer from an autoimmune disease, and I wouldn't say suffer because I've overcome its consequences through eating organic and thinking about what I'm putting into my body, but I actually had chemotherapy just 2 years ago for an autoimmune disease called lupus that is directly related to chemical exposures, cellular disruption in our bodies, things that we can prevent through eating right every day. Even if it's cheaper to buy whatever conventional produce is available, the repercussions financially of not eating correctly in the first place are larger than any of us can fathom. Ask me, I don't have any money left. And you know what else? They want to keep me on medicines for the rest of my life. And you know what I say? So this is my daughter, and she's supposedly genetically related to me so that she would be likely to get something like lupus, arthritis, multiple sclerosis, any of those autoimmune disease. That's our own bodies attacking our own tissues because of allergic reactions happening to the foods that are poison that we're putting into our bodies. So I say, don't eat GMOs. I'd rather not eat than eat GMOs and avoid the pesticides and chemicals altogether for the sake of ourselves, our families, our neighbors, and especially our children.
Who you're voting for and what you're voting for when Obama takes the past CEO of Monsanto and makes him the head of the FDA. And then the very first law they come up with is you can't sue Monsanto. You have to be paying attention to who and what you're voting for.
We the people, that's us. We the people of the United States to form a more perfect union. We're doing it. National Liberty Alliance is a place you can go and learn about your rights so that we can connect common law with this to peacefully take these monsters out and put in people that care about our food, our health, and each other so we can love in unity. National Liberty Alliance, common law, we the people, we the people.
It's time to let our politicians know that we are a country for the people and by the people. This was never a country meant to be for the corporations and by the corporations. We are here standing up for our First Amendment rights that we know what it is that we are feeding our kids. Once upon a time, we could actually stand up and say, we were members of the greatest country in the world. I'm sorry, I can't look at myself in the mirror and say that anymore. Can you?
No.
Absolutely not.
Anything.
Not anything. All across the world, people are banning and labeling this poison. They're letting people know what it is they're feeding their kids. They're giving them the choice. We're Americans. We're not asking for a ban. We're simply asking for our choice, our God-given right as Americans to make the choice of what we feed our children.
And there's already 64 other countries that label, so we're going to be the 65th? Really, guys? Really? Okay, that's not really something to be that proud of, and now you understand why a lot of different people around the country kind of hate Americans, because they think we're so stupid because we eat pesticide in our food. How many people would want to put pesticide with a little salt shaker, let's say, full of pesticide? How many people would want to just dump on some pesticide in their food? Is there one of us, is there one person that would consent to doing that? I don't think so. So how many of us have already, I think this is going to be 100%, how many of us have had to eat GMO food before? Hello. We don't have to have red hands. I almost brought some beets. Put beets on my hands and said, I'm red-handed. But you guys, it's all about natural ways of figuring out solutions to this. We can't dwell in the fear of all this and look at it like, oh my gosh, there's nothing I can do. Guess what we're doing right now? This is what we can do. This is our voice, and this is what we have. They're not here right now, so we need to do our jobs, taking pictures, building community, planning the next ones. We need to do this continually. This is not just a once every 3 or 4 months kind of thing. This is something you should be doing every single day. Give it up once again for our friend right here. This is why we're doing it, for the young ones, guys.
I really like it, but what bothers me is that I get home and I watch the news and I don't see a single word about us. So there's a lot of cell phones out here. I know every single one of you took pictures. So when you go to put your pictures on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you use, make sure that you hashtag 9 News and 7 News and the Denver Post. Let's blow their social media up and make them pay attention to
The
us.
Denver Post has wasted 3 months of time and they haven't even done their job. So I think we should pass this around this mic a little bit, and I think we should take this march to the Denver Post and get very visible and take some photos and send it to their website, to their Facebook page, and say, hey, Denver Post, it's about time you do your job! Look and say, hey, we were there outside the Denver Post today. Where's your story? We were marching through the streets of Denver. Where's your story? I think we could all just get this chant even going. It's like, hey media, do your job. 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 With the love and not trying to yell at them and try to say, Monsanto's gonna kill you. Because who's gonna want to join that, y'all? Who's gonna want to come hang out with people that are just screaming about people that are going to kill them? Let's talk about the solutions to it. Let's talk about the local community gardens, the farmers markets, the locals that do what they can, like natural grocers, and stand up for organic food. And we shouldn't even have to have the difference between organic and conventional. Conventionally growing your food should be organic. Who thinks it's about time to walk on over to the Denver Post and peaceably